Good morning, y'all. I just was coming out here to set out some bird seed and squirrel seed, etc. And it is relatively quiet, or it certainly was about 15 minutes ago when I was out here. You can kind of see the sun still hitting the side of the chimney here. You're on top of they're kind of like retail sort of plant shelves, as in they're stacked directly on top of each other, have wheels under them. But when we aren't setting plants on them in the summer, and even when we have plants on them, this is also one of the areas we feed the birds because it's so high up. They aren't bothered by our cats too much. They just kind of stare at whichever neighbor's cats or feral cats might come by. They don't tend to jump the shelves. So this is the first stop of the morning. And so I'm going to set out a little seed. The birds really, it's warmed up here a bit. Certainly during the day, it's been in the mid-70s. It's still getting fairly chilly overnight, but obviously nowhere near freezing anymore. And so I think a lot of the sparrows that we've been watching on the porch are no longer really visiting. I'm still going to set out some millet and things because a little bit is being eaten, but for the most part, it seems the sparrows are on to their more naturally occurring foods, which is good for them. I'm glad they've got enough. Look at that lovely brickwork. So the chimney may actually be real brick. I'm not quite sure how that works. I think I kind of hope it's real brick. I know obviously in the fireplace itself it is properly made, but these, I can tell you elsewhere on the house, it's just brick veneer. And what I will tell you is this chimney here is constantly, in the winter, it gets wet, it freezes, and there's always little shards of brick chips everywhere. So that's exciting. Okay, gonna set out a little bit of seed. There's safflower seed here from yesterday. So it looks like millet and, oh my goodness, there's even some mealworms left. I'm glad all the birds are finding good yummy stuff in our rewilded backyard and wherever else they're going. Let's see. Set out a little more. Mostly I wanted to share the bird song going on. I think there may actually be, yet again, a chainsaw somewhere in the distance. Didn't know that was a thing to do before. In my time zone, it is 7:34 a.m. on a Sunday. Are they tiles? I'll also tell you, as you're sitting on the shelves, since these are completely see-through, I can see chat, so this is a really nice place for me to put this phone. Are they tiles? So our brick veneer, they're like attached to some kind of, well, I don't know. I do not know enough about this subject. I'm terribly sorry. Muneeb the Explorer, hello. Good to see you. I hope your explorations are going well. And I believe I remember from the channel we met on that you have cats. So we always hope that the cats are doing well. Okay, I must not be too distracted from what I'm trying to do. I've put out some more mealworms. I would say our primary consumers of the mealworms at this point are those mockingbirds that I've done a few videos of. Steal your food. Both neighbor cats did show up early this morning looking for some snacks. We've got one in the back here, that gray one that is busy trying to fall into the pond. Okay, I'm going to try to now pick you guys up and take you to the next feeding station. I've put everything in a box in hopes that this will make this project easier and I don't drop anything. Let's see, we may take you for a brief look at the neighbor cat getting a snack here. There he is. He has an audience, of course. All right, let's. Ooh, okay. Here we go. So not a lot of food consumed over here. Let's see, we'll set you a view, hopefully, of the tree here. One of the trees that do not lose their leaves in the winter. Okay, there's not. I was hoping for more of an ASMR kind of experience, but we've already got, they did not touch this either. This was put out in the afternoon, and they have been eating more in the afternoon.